Alright, welcome back to the Agamemnon game review. I'm Agamemnon the First. Today's video is being recorded on the 9th of September 2018, 1:23 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. The actual video itself was captured on the 1st of September 2018. This is part 2 of our video. It's going to be a 3-parter. Now, this is the first time I'm getting to hear the video on a playback. It's the first time we're using the Microsoft Game VR, which somehow is not playing correctly. I don't know if it'll be on when we go to render the video. It might not be on that, but I won't know until I actually go to render the video. But I'm assuming that you can hear it, and we're just gonna bear through it. So, Rustican has sent us over to knock out these guys who try to murder him in his Loa. So our job is to go smack them around. And the problem here is I didn't know what to actually do to get on the boat here. There's no gangway. I didn't see anywhere we could jump on. I tried all kinds of different things. And after a while, I figured out that maybe what I need to do isn't here. So I went back to the shore and tried to find another method. Of which I found a rowboat. And when I was first going here, I never noticed that there's a rope in the water there that I could have clicked onto. But I won't notice that until I go click on the boat. So here I am swimming around. Now, the sound issue makes me wonder, why would there be a sound issue on the playback? Because there wasn't any static sound when I was playing, right? We can't go back and reshoot the video because we already played through all this. Anyway, we're just gonna bear through it. But that's what happens when you use Microsoft products. I'm not seeing any way to get on the boat. You'll notice there on the details things, I figured out how they do the breakout for my spells. And it's kind of showing the creature's damage. It's not showing my melee damage. Which Skada could do. I think what's happening with the Microsoft product is that it's set on a normal priority, and when you're using it, you probably should set it to a higher priority, and the game to a high priority, so that they're equal, so that one doesn't lag the other. That's what has to happen. We'll test that theory out tomorrow, or tomorrow night when we record. So I decided to go back to shore, and there has to be a solution here. I don't see any on the boat. So as I came back to the shore, I noticed this little rowboat here. I said, well, there's a little boat. Maybe the little boat is connected to the big boat. Just what my logic was saying. Now, if you look at the priority of spells there, why I like that is I like that breakdown. So it's showing you how everything stacks up with each other. And you're really getting a sense of, as damage is being done, which ones are giving you the most bang for your buck. See, the Lash of Pain is way up there all the time. And then the melee for her attack is up there too. And Shadow Bolt is up there, look at that. And Doom is up there, number 4. Way down there is Hand of Gul'dan. And we were like spamming the heck out of that. Touch of Death is up there. Touch from the Grave, that's a Forsaken ability. So when we came across the second time here, I realized that there's a little rope sticking out of the water there. See over there on the left? And that's how you get up into the big boat. But whoever programmed this thing didn't give you enough time to figure that out. So I ended up having to do this several times where I was able to click onto the rope. See the little rope there? Now I noticed it. When I arrowed over before, that thing wasn't lighting up. Here's a chance to see the meters in a big fight. Shadow Bolt, Hand of Gul'dan. Shadow Bolt. Look how fast Shadow Bolt gets up there, and Firebolt. I don't know why we're dying. Apparently we are. I threw the Void Walker out there. There you go. Belguard now. That dude can deliver some damage. Yeah. See, Fellstorm came out there and threw out 11,000 points of damage along with the Legion Strike. Look at Doom up there. Shadow Bolt is up there. Look how far Shadow Bolt has outpaced the melee attacks and then Hand of Gul'dan. You would think Hand of Gul'dan would have laid out some fire, and then the shots from the imps. They did a lot more damage. They didn't. I figured how to get a breakdown of all the damage of the pets. As I used it for a couple days, I realized that if I took the first window and just... Right now it's set to the standard, but I set it on everything, and so it broke down everybody's damage done. And that's where all the pets came up. Damage done. But even at this point, I'm not really feeling this ice HUD, or heads-up display. I'm not really feeling how it's improving my quality of life based on what I already have in the game. I like details a lot. I'm planning to load that back up in tomorrow night. Now that I know it's not causing problems with the UI. It's just convincing Blizzard that it's not the add-on, it's the difficult part. Got that Shadow Bolt way up there. But the Belguard came out there and just threw all kinds of damage out there. Look at that. And the melee sword over there is the Succubus doing damage. She's out damaging the Belguard. Lash of Pain is doing a lot of damage. Hand of Gul'dan is way down there. That's why I like that setting. That's why I like Skada, because it would break that down as a Warlock. And you could really see what spells do what in a combined way. You can really see the spread of damage. And I think that's more useful. Especially as a learning tool. Touch of Grave is doing as much damage as Hand of Gul'dan. Wild Imps are just a little bit more than the Hand of Gul'dan. So you really see the bulk of your damage is Shadow Bolt. Although you're spamming Hand of Gul'dan, it's not really doing, in the larger scheme, it's not doing a lot of damage. Here's a Nether portal. Now the way you use that portal is, it costs you 4 shards to cast, but for every shard you use after that, it pulls another demon through that gate. So that's where your imps are important, because they can be cast at 1, 2, or 3 shards. So even if you get 1, you hit Hand of Gul'dan, and that brings another demon through the portal, along with your imp. Here's the bats. Did a lot of damage. 12,000. How much damage they did compared to everybody else. And they go Dan's out there this time, but he's quickly falling behind. See that guy hanging from that yard arm. Decided to take care of this back room first. It's with the damage meter, you really get a, from a Warlock perspective, you really get a good sense of the damage being put out there. Starts off early in the battle with Hand of Gul'dan, and then it quickly lessens. And the imps do a steady amount of damage, but it's not a lot of damage. And that's a really good tool for evaluating your PvP stuff, because ultimately you're a damage dealer and you want to be able to hit people, right? And fast. And your only way to interrupt people is to hit them, right? So as long as you keep up the damage, it slows down the people trying, especially rogues, trying to kill you. Big fight. Flash of Pain just outpaced all those other guys. 4,000. Shadow Bolt's climbing up there. Hand of Gul'dan. And everything else. Now watch the Felguard just... he can do some serious damage. Now the little demon tyrant, he doesn't really do a lot of damage, but he kicks your damage up by 15%, which is very useful. A lot of those trolls, even though they're trolls, they look like Forsaken. That skin tone. Watch the Felguard. This does a lot of damage. Now it might be a good defense against rogues to have 2 Felguards. One that you're just walking around with. And then the other that you just pop out in case someone surprise attacks you. 'Cause then he does that attack, which is just an AoE and it's a physical attack, so it would interrupt people, which I think would not necessarily kill a rogue, but it would slow them down.
In Zul's name, die!
Right, coming up on the last 3 minutes of the video. This part was only 25-minute long clip. The best thing, it was just one single clip. I didn't have to load up 15, 20 clips for brats. And I didn't have to process all those clips, so that saved a lot of time. Saved about 4 hours of processing. The video's sounding a little bit clearer now, the audio. So, the first 30 minutes of video 1, towards the end, had some audio issues, and the early part of this video had some audio issues too. So I'll have to investigate that. It seems to have cleared up.
Rustican's reign is over. The age of Zul has begun.
That Lash of Pain was up there until I put the melee Felguard out there, and then he just eclipsed her damage. But she's still up there. Shadowbolt was doing well too, and then it was just eclipsed by the Felguard. Now, if I go with the 2 Felguard setup instead of the succubus, then I would replace the succubus power from the PvP toolbar and replace it with the observer, because that's more magic based, and then it would give me 2 defenses against magic based attacks and 2 defenses against physical attacks, being the Felguard and the second Felguard. But if you're being attacked by a rogue, and if you had those 2 Felguards out, then if you drop that